Travelers, Boardman21 here, and today's build is going to be the low life Werebear for patch 7.10. In this patch we're going to change some things. Swipe has a new node in it that gives you up to 60% multiplicative damage if you have slow on an enemy. So we're going to put some slow on the weapon. There's also blessings that can give you slow on hit if you don't want to mess with your weapon. As soon as you get that, you can use this and you'll be doing basically 60% more damage than we were doing last time we used this build, as that's really the only thing that changed. Now, to get that node inside of Swipe, you do have to go through the leech life node, which means that you have to have a way to cancel out the leech life, because you'll be doing such good damage it'll be impossible to stay low life. So we will be wearing an extra unique, the Boulder Fist, which will take our glove slot so that we are not allowed to leech life. This build does a lot of damage. You have a lot of health because with that low life build you're also generating a massive amount of ward. In this guide we have just over 3,000 health, which leads to about 2,900 ward at the same time, and that generates so quickly back that you're able to just tank just about anything in the game. As you'll see, we went through some of the bosses and tanked all the way through it. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the skills. For skills, we're running Entangling Roots, Werebear Form, Swipe, Ice Thorns, and Summon Thorn Totem. For Entangling Roots, we no longer want this to heal us, however we can get some extra damage out of it and do a little bit of damage. So we have 3 points in Imbued Sap, 3 points in Grove Master, 1 point in Reclamation, 5 points in Lasting Briar, 1 point in Poison Ground, 1 point in Bramble Thorns, 4 points in Nightshade, and 1 point in Inevitable. We are only level 19, the last skill point will go into Poison Grounds. For Werebear Form, we are very tanky in this. We still have it casting Entangling Roots, as that instead of healing us will give us 90% more damage, and it will do some damage of its own. As a low life build, we still have the 4 points in Enrage to get increased damage per missing health. This is what gives us our huge amount of melee damage. You'll get between 1,500 and 2,000% melee damage. We have 2 points in Iron Hide, the only thing that we didn't really want to take, as it grants 200 health, but it doesn't hurt you too much. 1 point in Intimidating War, so that you put Fritality on all nearby enemies when you do war. We have 3 points in Rip and Tear, 1 point in Nerving Blow, 5 points in Ursane Heart, 1 point in Wizened Claws, and 1 point in Star Claw. In this, we no longer can take the Ursane Wisdom for that mana efficiency, and we did need some mana efficiency so we didn't run out of mana too fast, so we did a lot of attunement in our prefix slots on our gear. In Swipe, we have 4 points in Aspect of the Panther, 1 point in Feline Hunter, 2 points in Maul, 3 points in Ambush, 3 points in Apex Predator, 2 points in Way of the Hunt. The Boulder Fist will counteract this health leech, 1 point in Wingarian Reach, 1 point in Culling, and 3 points in Trapper, which now gives us 60% more multiplicative damage against slowed enemies, and we have slow on hit blessing and slow on hit on our weapon. Ice Thorns, we have this to have the maximum amount of chance that we can get in order to 1, recast it, and 2, to proc it when we are hit. We have 3 points in Ritual Briar, 2 points in Thorn Shaper, 3 points in Dagger Thorns, 2 points in Bramble Armor, 4 points in Spell Thorns, 1 point in Animophilia, 1 point in Thorn Shield, and 4 points in Bulb Shield. You can easily take these 4 points on a Bulb Shield if you want some more armor every time that it procs. If you want a higher chance to have it proc, you can get another 20% out of Thorn Shaper. And then for the Summon Thorn Totem, since we have an idol to proc this anyways, and they do block projectiles for us that don't pierce, it's nice to have 5 of them around you. We have 2 points in Memories of Edera, 5 points in Venom Tipped Thorns, 3 points in Lasting Affliction, 3 points in Torrent of Thorns, 3 points in Forested Expanse, 3 points in Eternal Forest, and 1 point in Grove Mind. For passives, we have 25 points in the Primalist base class, with 6 points in Gift of the Wilderness, 8 points in Natural Attunement, 6 points in Wisdom of the Wild, and of course 5 points in Berserker for that 30% less damage taken and 100% more melee damage. In Beastmaster, we have 20 points, with 6 points in Feline Bond, 5 points in Savagery, 4 points in Boarheart, 5 points in Porcine Constitution, In Shaman, we have 10 points with 5 points in Silent Protector and 5 points in Totemic Fury, so that we have 25% more attack speed. And in Druid, we have 56 points with 10 points in Barkskin, 8 points in Soul's Attendant, 8 points in Woodlore, 8 points in Spirit Claws, 8 points in Eternal Nature, 6 points in Hideskin, and 8 points in Ursane Maul. For items, we have 2 types of idols, actually 3 types of idols. We have a increased health and flat health idol. We have 4 of those. Just to fit a 1x1 in, we have some armor and elemental resist. We have increased spell damage while transformed and increased spell damage if you have active totem. And we have chance to summon a Thorn Totem with increased spell damage if you have active Totem. The spell damage, of course, once you're in Werebear, the Wizened Claw and Star Claw will make you have extra crit chance and extra melee damage. The more spell you have, the more melee damage you'll have. We have 3 uniques. We have the Boulder Fist so that we won't leech health. We have the Last Steps of the Living for that missing health gained as ward. The same within Zanguius. For our weapon, we have melee physical damage, melee attack speed, slow on hit, and plus all attributes. For our helm, the only set that we did was set physical and void resistance. We have attunement on almost everything that we can get. We also have increased health and increased melee damage while transformed. For the amulet, we have some fire resist. On this, we have set necrotic and poison, as well as set physical and void. For our ring, we have set necrotic and poison, along with attunement, elemental, and some health. We have plus attunement on the relic as well, with set physical and void, health, and some fire. For our belt, we have lots of health, couple more sets, and the same with this ring, another set, attunement, health, and some critical strike avoidance. For our character sheet, we have all of our capped resistances except for cold. We are just 4% shy, which isn't too bad. We have 28% damage reduction due to our armor, which you can get higher if you put more in. However, we wanted to make sure that our resistances were capped before going for armor, and we didn't put much into it. For our damage stats, as you can see right now, we only have 432% melee damage, but the moment that you give a war out there, boom, you're up to 1390, and you can get up to 2000. The more spell damage that you put in there, the more damage that you're going to get out of it. And I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some gameplay.